Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Sunday, October 4th, 2015. Ra here in the Lynn-Body-Mind, Black Wolf in the Jamie-Body-Mind, other teammates and other aspects of the physical dimension, all of us in the physical and in the subatomic levels of the physical from the perspective of the spirit world viewers.
That's true.
One of the many gifts of an actual physical body is that physical bodies are beautiful bringers of messages because the messages are very vivid, not because the messages are easy to decipher.
That's true.
And we have an example here that we're going to use for the intention for our session. We have a foot with many symptoms, and those symptoms are going to be used as the physical anchor for a rope of intention that also includes bringing all aspects of self into alignment with our own individual soul plans and providing a collective restart right now. And with that, it begins.
Restating the intention to heal the root causes of the numbness and pain in the left foot and whatever these symptoms represent in such a way as to align all aspects of Team Lynn with their individual soul plans and to provide a collective restart right now. Bing. Sadness is starting to come up, a lot of big sadness. Feels like a big sadness of letting go of loved ones, and this has been coming up for lots of members of Team Takedown and members of the nature realms as a whole and members of the spirit world as a whole, so it's not surprising that we're feeling it right now. And I see Pan's face, and I see what looks like Pan digging in a garden. He knows this garden won't grow, but he has put so much work into this garden, so much effort into this garden, and he doesn't want to deal with the pain of walking out of this garden, that he would just rather keep digging in this dirt that he knows won't produce plants than walk out and start over somewhere else. He's sad and pushing it down, and it feels similar to how Paul feels, not wanting to deal with what it means that his trusted compatriots, his trusted co-workers, his trusted friends were actually betraying him deeply while he was trusting them. It's a similar feeling of, I just don't want to deal with what this means. I have to change. I could handle starting over if I knew all of these people, quote unquote, were coming with me, but the idea of starting over without these people feels so overwhelming that I'm just going to keep digging in this garden instead of doing that.
So he's using it as an excuse
and not motivation. That seems to be what's going on.
Well, if Pan is aware that that's what he's doing, why is he making that choice? Does he think that choice is going to work?
It feels more like hoping for a vague, amorphous idea of someone to come and solve the problem.
Oh, wishful thinking, my old friend, wishful thinking.
True.
Hello, my old friend, wishful
That's
thinking.
true.
Thank you for being such a loyal companion.
So feeling structurally for the wishful thinking, and I can feel it weighing heavy, starting to lift it up, shift it up. And for all of us who struggle with wishful thinking, for all of us who experience wishful thinking, and boy howdy, I'm included in this group, we're all included in this group, and now that layer is starting to come up. Feeling that big sad feeling again, and seeing Pan again, seeing him putting the shovel down and sitting down and crying a little. And whatever that gnarled root represented, there's a lot of debris clearing out from beneath it. A lot of fragments that were underneath the root that don't feel like they're in their right place. They feel misplaced. Starting to pulse them up and out. And the feeling that is coming up from Pan is, if I go to my own right place, what if nobody is there?
Right.
If I go, what if nobody is there?
Right. There may not be anybody there.
There may not be anybody there, Pan. I know that to be true.
I myself have found that in many cases.
That's true.
When we get there isn't anybody there.
Mm-hmm.
But you know who's there? We're there.
We're there. And so, Pan, maybe try taking it as your working theory that no one will be there. That way, instead of holding that as a fear of, oh no, what if no one's there? Oh no, what if no one's there? Maybe try saying, maybe we're wrong, but odds are good there will be no one there.
But I'll be in my own right place.
But I will be in my own right place.
And that's better than not being in my right place.
That is better than not being in my own right place. That's true. And tuning to bring us all to our own right places. And I still see it's like the wind of the tuning is pulling Pan, and he's holding on to something, but he's starting to loosen his grip. Pan, say whatever it is that you feel you need to say, and then maybe you'll be able to let go. It could be, if I go to my own right place, and I'm all alone, how will I define myself? And if I go to my own right place and I'm all by myself, I'm going to find out who I really am. And what if I don't like me?
Well, then it'll be good information, won't it?
It's true.
It's better to know.
Yeah. Something that my friend Pan always says is, it's better to know.
Well, either you'll like who you are or you won't like who you are,
That's
right?
true.
Those are the two choices.
That's true. Those are the options.
If you like who you are, how wonderful.
How fabulous.
To find that out.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
It could be.
And then even if no one else is in the room, you're in the room with someone you like.
Right. And the other option is that you don't like who you are.
That's true.
In which case, you'll discover what it is you would like to change about yourself, and then you can change it and become someone that you like.
That's true. Nobody can stop you from becoming someone that you like.
No.
Feeling him start to let go, the hands starting to unclench, and tuning us all to our own right place. There we go.
I think that there are a lot of people out there who seem to feel that I, Ra, just haven't ever had bad things happen or something like that. It's like, well, Ra always has things together.
That's true. I think that is a rumor, a mindset.
Right. Is this part of what Pan is tripping up over? Does he feel no one understands how it is for me?
That could be.
No one knows what this is like.
No one knows what this is like, to lose everything.
Life, to lose a life.
That's true.
So maybe you could ask Pan to compare. He knew me before.
That's
we met
true.
long ago when I was still in my old life and he was in his old life.
That's true.
We both met when we were in our old lives.
That's true.
So ask him to compare my life now to my life back then.
Back then, your life was very stable. You had built a life very carefully, working very hard to achieve a reasonable amount of respect in your community, and it felt very stable, and it felt like the track was clear and the track was set and everything was in place.
And Isis and I were very happy.
That's true.
And we were starting a family.
That's true.
And I had my students and my practice and my teaching.
That's true.
And some level of credibility.
That's true. And your life now is very unpredictable, and Isis is gone, and that family that was is gone, and that home is gone, and those friends are gone, and the career is gone.
All gone.
All gone.
All gone.
So Pan, how is this different from what you have experienced? Actually ask that question. I feel Pan nodding, and a weight starting to lift off the shoulders a little. And now feeling very sad about having felt those feelings for Ra, those kind of angry, resenty feelings.
You don't know what it's like.
You don't know what it's like, because now Pan is feeling like Ra really does understand, and I've been holding up that shield of nobody knows what it's like to lose everything, and now realizing that all along Ra was beside me going through the same thing, and I wasn't willing to open my eyes wide enough to realize that it was the same thing, and we could have been going through it together and helping each other along the way, and instead I was being unnecessarily cut off.
Yeah.
Instead of looking for how, quote unquote, I can help my friend Ra, how can I help the greater good? This is something that's come up a lot about nature realms beings in general, of that it's a new mindset to consider. How can I help the greater good? This is especially true when circumstances are moving in a way that nature realms beings feel is against what they want, and spirit world beings are no different. I'm not saying this is just an issue for nature realms beings, but it has been on the table of the nature realms work projects for a while now, this concept of looking out to the greater good, as opposed to just looking into ourselves and looking to the people immediately around us, the people we see as just like me. So instead of choosing to look at the situation in such a way that we feel no one knows what it's like, and no one can be a part of this experience with us, instead to ask, what can I do?
Well, it's too big of a leap, but to at least
That's
say,
true.
Who might know? If having someone know is important to us, then to really ask.
Who might know?
Who might know what this is like? And once Pan starts to ask that, and really starts to ask, he'll see he's surrounded by people who might know.
That's true. A whole team full of
Right.
people who might know.
In multiple dimensions,
That's
including
true,
the physical
including
dimension.
the physical dimension team. That's true.
Like, let's just, what would the physical dimension team members know about this, for example?
Know about losing a life? Well, the two body minds that Pan is most familiar with both gave up careers, homes, friends, family.
Give it up.
A life.
Give up a life.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, and now Pan is crying a lot. Pan is saying something about how he sees that he's been hypocritical. He has always said that he valued his people, the people of the nature realms, more than anything else. And in our work we uncovered that humanoids are actually members of the nature realms in the same way that oak trees are, in the same way that algae is, in the same way that a duck is, no difference, in the same way that a mountain is. And he feels comfortable with that, but he's saying, I feel like a hypocrite. I'm sorry, I'm not getting it, Pan, I'm sorry. But I do know that I can feel structurally this weird twisty thing, and I'm going to start to untwist it and see if that helps me get more clear.